Well, hello there, everyone. I am Tana Simon-Sally here to bring you some more Schoology intros and information as we embark in this fun new adventure. So today I'm going to show you how to start building in your sandbox course. Why do we build a sandbox course? Well, I think one of the reasons that we do this is so that way we can see what it actually looks like within a course. I started off doing it in resources, and what I've gathered is that I can't necessarily make those assignments the way that I want it to look because I don't have the specific apps and that capability over there. So if I'm over here in Simo's Sandbox, I'm going to take you over here. I made this course and I have a video before this in the playlist to show you. But one of the tricks that I have noticed is that there's a lot of moving from one course or one spot in resources or groups over into another course. And so here's one quick tip. I'm going to go ahead and add a folder up in Add Materials. And from there, I'm going to say all Simo's materials. Favorite color is green. Fun fact of the day. And then over here, I'm going to make sure that it's published, and I'm going to go ahead and create that folder. I'm all about time-saving tricks. And this way, anything that I make within all Simo's materials, I can click on this gear and I can copy it to a course and push it right over. Okay, so now I'm going to go inside of that folder, and this is going to be my canvas to start building the course. So first things first, let's go ahead and make a folder again. So I'm going to call this Unit 1, Sample Unit. Perfect. And you got to figure out your color coding scheme. Some people keep all the units folders the same color as the top unit. Some people will use a folder for just assignments or just discussions, but you're going to figure that out and make sure that that's a norm that you set for your students. Go ahead and create. Now right here, you will notice that there is a caret over on the left-hand side. So if I click on that caret, it opens this up. It says the folder is empty right now. But what I can do is I can hover underneath of it, and I can add something underneath. If you add from the top with just add materials, what it will do is it will add it to the bottom of the list, which right now it's not a big deal because I don't have that much stuff. But as far as efficiency and timing, if I have a slew of materials already created, it's important for me to go ahead and find the spot with my green dotted line and the plus to add something there. So right now, I'm just going to go ahead and add a discussion. All of these tools and features look very similar. And once you get the hang of it, you're going to absolutely love it. I'm going to start this as my sample discussion. And let's talk about Schoology. Oops. Why do we love the gradebook feature? Because we do. All right, so right here, I might go in and find a video on YouTube, see if there's anything out there. Schoology gradebook. Here we go, gradebook setup. So I'm going to go over here to my gear, import as an embedded file, and notice it looks like a little screen has been pulled over that video. That is okay. That doesn't mean that the video is not going to show up. That just means that it is there as a placeholder in the meantime. So if I wanted to grade this, I could enable grading. I could give it a due date. Let me go ahead and assign a due date. And one of the things that we talked about yesterday in the training was let's get away from assigning things at unrealistic times. So maybe as a teacher, I'm not going to grade things at midnight. Some teachers do, some teachers don't, but let's not have that be the expectation for everyone. Let's create some norms and some boundaries between personal, professional, and school time. So I'm going to go ahead and put this at 8:30 in the morning. for Saturday. So then that way, if they woke up that morning early, if they wanted to do something when they got home from a game, it's totally up to them. But I'm going to give them that option because I would not start grading until 8:30 in the morning on a Saturday or 9 a.m. So over here, I have grading. Once you enable the grading, it allows you to add point totals. And right now, as I don't have a grade book set up, so I'm just going to keep this ungraded, or I could create a new grading category there myself. So I'm going to start with the discussions grading category. And my numeric scale is here, but I'm going to create a new discussion rubric. I could grab a learning objective. Maybe there's something from personal. No, I don't have anything set up. Hold on one second. Let's look here. English language arts. Go over here. Here we go. I'm going to add this learning objective right in there. And then we could have a rating scale. Now, clearly, you would want to go in and you would write in here how it exemplifies that specific standard. But for sake of time, let's go ahead and let's shrink this down so you can see it. Okay, so right now we've got create. All right, let's shrink this back up. Okay, and here is the rubric. I'm like, ooh, if I want to see it again, I just have to press on that rubric button again. But now here, we can see the learning objective is right here and it's added to the rubric. So a lot of you have been asking, can I see specific student posts all in one central location? I'm wondering why that is not a feature in Schoology, so hopefully they'll be coming up with that here shortly. But if it's actually about the meaning of why someone responded the way that they did, I do like the fact that they're all housed in the same area. But for grading purposes, I could understand that. So when I go over here, individually assign, I could set up a group for the course, depending on who's in my course. I could lock this puppy down in case mayhem ensues. Over here, we've got published to students or not. And this is one that I know a lot of people really like, is the members can see other responses before participating, or I can lock it in and say, I need to require them to post before they can see what others are responding with. And then, nice feature also, I can copy to other courses right here and there. So I could push it over to another course so it can be seen by another course. And then I just say where it is supposed to be. We're going to cancel out on that right now. Okay. All right. And then finally, I'll create that discussion. And there it is underneath my unit 1. And if I were to close that up, you wouldn't see it with the caret. And if I open it up again, I see that sample discussion. Now, what do you say with a student that needs to do one of these things before they can move on and see everything else? Well, I go up here to options and check student completion, and that's going to add the requirement of completing my sample 1, and then I'm going to require it to be in sequential order. And then I save, and then they must complete it before they can move on to Unit 2 once I've made it. So that's a couple of things that we did the other day, and I am going to go on to my next video here in just a little bit and show you how to make a assignment using Google Drive.